If I had to restart my real estate business from zero in 2026, no clients, no referrals, no warm leads, no database, I would not use AI to make more contact. I'd use it to close the gap between how inexperienced I am and how prepared I looked. Because in this business, clients do not pay you for effort. They pay you for certainty. And the fastest way to lose certainty is to sound scattered, slow, generic, or just unsure. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the 10 practical ways I'd use AI to look sharper, follow up better, and build trust faster if I had to rebuild everything from scratch. Number one, I'd build a one-page authority pack before every appointment. See, one of the fastest ways agents lose trust is by showing up generically. They know the basics, they mean well, but they walk into the meeting sounding like every other agent. Well, AI can fix that like that. Before any buyer consultation or listing appointment, I would feed AI the property address or target area, my notes from the first call, and the client's biggest concern. Then I'd have it build a one-page prep sheet with 3 market realities relevant to my client. I'd have 5 questions I need to ask and 3 risks they may not be seeing yet, and then 2 logical paths forward. Now I'm walking in with just good energy. Why? Because I'm prepared. And in this business, being prepared builds confidence. Confidence turns into trust. By the way, I'm currently building a private community for residential real estate agents who want to scale their business without burning out. If you want more time, better systems, and a predictable business year over year, instead of this crazy feast or famine cycle that we're all on, I'll drop a link below. No pressure, just something I'm building for agents like you who want to work smarter, not longer. All right, back at it. Number 2, write your first-minute script so you never start weak. See, most of a presentation, most of a YouTube script, most of a listing appointment, all comes down to the first minute, the hook. You're probably listening right now because my hook at the beginning of this video was enticing. There was curiosity. Well, in a listing appointment or a buyer consultation, the first minute matters more than most agents realize. Because in that first minute, the client is deciding one thing. Are you leading this conversation or are they? See, most agents wing it. That's a mistake. I would use AI to write short opening scripts for the situations that come up constantly. We're interviewing agents. We want to test the price high. We're nervous about the market. We're buying first versus selling. We have a tenant and don't know what to do. Then I'd have AI write a 30 to 45 second opening that sets the agenda, shows how decisions will get made, and position me as the professional. That way, I'm not easing into the meeting. I'm establishing control early, calmly, and professionally. Number 3, predict objections before they happen. This is where AI stops being interesting and starts being useful because most agents wait for objections and then they try to handle it in real time. I'd rather see them coming my way. Like, wouldn't you? I'd feed AI the client's price range, property type, timeline, motivation, and anything they've already said on calls or text. Then I'd ask, what are the top objections this client is likely going to raise? What can I say before they bring it up? And what's the cleanest response if they do this? Now I'm not reacting. I'm in control. I'm steering. And when you handle concerns before they become resistance, clients' experience is much different. You stop sounding like someone trying to save the deal. You sound like someone who understands the situation before they even finish explaining it. Number 4, build a price confidence ladder for sellers. See, most pricing conversations are binary. Stay where you are or cut the price. That's not a strategy. I'd use AI to create a pricing confidence ladder for every listing based on real signals, showings per week, quality of feedback, changes in competing inventory, days on market, and buyer activity. So instead of saying, maybe we should reduce the price, I can say, here's the plan. If we see this, we hold. If feedback clusters around the same issue, then we're going to have to adjust. If we hit the timeline without traction, we make the move. Now, pricing feels measured, not emotional. And that matters because sellers do not just need data, they need structure. Number 5, turn feedback into advice, not noise. A lot of agents accidentally make things worse in this area. They collect showing feedback, forward a bunch of random comments to seller, and then call that communication. That is not guidance. That is noise delivery. I take all of the feedback, paste it into AI, and have it sort everything into main themes, what's controllable, what's not controllable, and the single best move to make next. Then, instead of flooding the seller with mixed options, I'd say something like this. Here's what the buyers are consistently reacting to. Here's what matters. Here's what I would ignore. And here's what I would recommend you do next. See, this is a completely different experience for the client because sellers do not want raw information. They want interpretation. Number 6, send 2-path follow-up after every serious conversation. This one's simple but powerful. After a call, most agents send follow-up that's vague, soft, and easy to ignore. Then they wonder why they get ghosted. Instead, use AI to turn my notes into follow-up in 2 clear paths. Path number 1, here's what we need to do now. Path number 2, here's what we watch if we wait. Then I'd end with one easy question that works because people are far more likely to respond when the next step feels clear, structured, and low pressure. So now my follow-up is not checking in, it's helping them make a decision. Number 7, create micro assets that actually help you close deals. This is where I think most agents using AI go wrong. They're using it to make more posts. I'd like to use it to make better tools because random content doesn't automatically create trust. Useful tools do. I'd build small assets like buyer red flag checklist, a seller pricing mistake sheet, a condo risk scorecard, a move up math worksheet, a net proceeds of sale sheet. See, these are powerful because you can use them everywhere in DMs, in follow-up emails, during consultations, at open houses, or even inside listing presentations. This is how you start to feel more professional in the eye of the client. Not because you posted more, because you showed up with something helpful, specific, and practical. Number 8, use AI to help clients through emotional hesitation. See, a lot of deals do not stall because of math. They stall because of fear of overhang, fear of selling too early, fear of buying before their place sells, fear of making the wrong move and regretting it. That's why I would use AI to help structure responses that really do 3 things. Number 1, acknowledge the emotion. Number 2, anchor the situation in reality. And number 3, give the client one small next step. That matters because not every client needs a big speech. A lot of the time, they just need to feel understood and then feel like the next move is manageable. That is how you keep people moving without being pushy. Number 9, write listing narratives, not generic descriptions. See, most descriptions are forgettable. Same phrases, same cliches, same empty language. Buyers tune that out immediately. So instead of writing generic descriptions, I'd use AI to create 3 narratives for every listing based on who the buyer likely is. One for a family, one for a downsizer, and one for an investor. Not just features, a real lens that they're looking through. Who this home is actually for, what problem it actually solves, why it stands out, what kind of lifestyle or outcome it supports. See, that makes your marketing sharper and more specific. And specific always beats generic. All right, my last one, number 10. Treat your database like a media company, not a chore. This is the long game. Most agents treat staying in touch like an obligation, a monthly check-in, a market email, a quick touching base. That is a weak position. I'd use AI to create monthly updates that actually feel useful. What changed in the market? What homeowners should be watching for? Where equity may be moving? And what decision could save them money right now? That changes the role you play. You're not just another real estate agent checking in. You become the person who helps them think clearly about real estate decisions over time. That is how you stay relevant. That is how you stay remembered. And that is how your database becomes an actual business asset instead of a list of old names. So if I were starting over in 2026, this is exactly how I'd use AI. Not to look busy, not to make noise, but to get sharper, better prepared, follow up cleaner, and help my clients make better decisions. Because that's the real edge. And after 24 years in this business, here's what I can tell you. Most agents are not failing because they're lazy. They're failing because they're running outdated systems in a business that has evolved over time. The gap is getting wider, and agents with clarity, structure, follow-up, and better decision-making are going to keep pulling ahead. The rest, well, they're going to keep spinning their wheels and wondering why business feels harder than ever. So if you want to understand the bigger picture behind all of this, you got to check out my next video right here. where 92% of real estate agents are going broke. Because in this video, I break down what's really happening in the industry right now and why so many agents are in trouble before they actually realize it.